The Ooltewah rape investigation continues, and tonight, the detective in charge of investigating the 3 teenagers now faces felony charges. Good evening, I'm Calvin Sneed.
I'm Kim Chapman. News Channel 9 Stephanie Sanastasi joins us now and tells us what those charges are. Stephanie.
Kim, Kelvin, Gatlinburg detective Rodney Burns is charged with 2 counts of aggravated perjury. The indictment says he described what happened inside the Gatlinburg cabin one way on the stand in Hamilton County in February, but the police report he filed didn't match that testimony. Despite his charges, Burns is still a detective for the Gatlinburg Police Department. Gatlinburg detective Rodney Burns is the investigator who brought the charges against the 3 teens involved in the Ooltewah rape case. In February, he testified in Judge Phil Yaw's Hamilton County juvenile courtroom in the case of the 3 adults charged with failure to report child abuse.
I mean, what this case actually is much smaller than what it's been blown up to be.
After heated exchanges in the courtroom, District Attorney Neil Pinkston asked the TBI to begin an investigation.
Okay.
You seem to be minimizing all this.
No, I'm just telling the truth, sir. I'm just telling the truth, okay? That's what we're here about today, is the truth.
Pinkston accused Burns of making false statements in this courtroom. Once we learned about the investigation, we called Burns. He told us, quote, "I have nothing to hide. I've told the truth about everything." According to this indictment, Burns lied about the victim screaming after the attack. He testified there were no screams, but filed a report that the victim did scream in pain. The indictment also singles out this exchange specifically.
Did you ever call DCS?
I tried to call them on Christmas Eve, and there was no one at the office.
Are you aware law enforcement called DCS on Christmas Eve on the 24th? DCS in Sevier County.
I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Have you looked at the call logs or the records for DCS in Sevier County to obtain information as to whether or not law enforcement called?
I have.
But the indictment says Burns later contradicted himself in his own testimony, telling the courtroom this assault, quote, didn't fall within the parameters of what we report. Aggravated perjury is a Class D felony and carries a sentence of 2 to 4 years behind bars. Today, Burns turned himself in to the Hamilton County Jail, where he was released after posting a $2,500 bond. Kim.
Stephanie, thank you. The Gatlinburg Police Department tells us Burns is still with the department but is reassigned. Burns attorney Brian Delius also sent us the statement that reads in part, quote, "Our office looks forward to aggressively defending against this ridiculous prosecution by Neil Pinkston."